wake up. But listen, not because it's early in the morning, but that's part of the message today in Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 5, Paul writes and says, "Arise, wake up, sleeper, and let the light of Christ shine on you." And so as believers, one of the things that I'll be talking about with the church where I'm a pastor this morning is that we have to wake up from this slumber, this sleepiness of apathy that we are in as Christians, and actually walk in step with Christ. And to do that, like Paul uses the word walk many times in the book of Ephesians. He tells us to walk worthy of our calling as Christians. He tells us to walk in love, tells us to walk in light. And then in Ephesians 5 in verse 15, he says that we should then walk in wisdom. And he says it in a way that I think is really helpful. He says to look carefully how you walk, or pay careful attention to the way that you live your life. And he even makes the contrast between being unwise or foolish and wise and walking in wisdom as the way that we live as believers. And walking in wisdom means that we pay very careful attention to all the little bitty details of life and make sure that our yes fits with what fits with Jesus, and our no is what we need to say no to as believers. And he spends so much time in Ephesians telling us that we need to stop the sexual immorality, stop the idolatry, stop the impurity, because that is literally what Jesus died to save us from. That is absolutely what God has condemned, and what the second coming of Christ will be condemned, and the wrath of God will be put upon those who are apart from Christ. And so there's this wake-up call to Christians in Ephesians, and it's because they needed the wake-up call. And it's not just then, it's not just you or me, we always need the reminder. Hey, listen, don't get sleepy, don't get so apathetic, and don't even take it a step from apathy and become fleshly or selfish. And on a Sunday morning where I hope you take advantage of the opportunity to gather and to worship with the saints and to sing the name of Jesus and to encourage one another in your faith and exalt Christ in your heart, in your mouth, in your life, I hope that you'll do it as Paul also says, that we would be living and worshiping with thankfulness and gratitude because of what Christ has done for us. So if you need a wake-up call today, here it is. Wake up, arise, walk in wisdom and in step with the Spirit, and don't be like the world. The pressure to be like the world, I get it, I understand it, but he's called us out of that world to walk in a way that is worthy of his name. And be careful. Pay attention to what you're watching. Pay attention to where you're going. Pay attention to what you're doing with your life, and follow him. Don't be foolish and just react. Instead, think, pray, and listen to him. He loves you, cares about you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.